Hi everybody, my name's Tim Gresh. I am a professional bike fitter in Westchester, Pennsylvania, and this is my dog Rocco. He hangs out here with me. He is not a professional bike fitter. This video will be on hand discomfort. The reason why I chose this topic is because when I schedule fitting appointments with customers, I have them complete a form ahead of time where I have them select on a long list of common discomforts that cyclists think are part of the sport but really aren't, and they're kind of bike fit related, which ailments they have. And when I looked at a report of that, overwhelmingly people chose hand discomfort. So we're going to talk about today the common causes of hand discomfort, things that you can maybe do to try and limit that. And then hopefully it helps you to enjoy your rides even better. This video is going to be primarily for drop bar bikes. So this kind of handlebar right here. And as you would expect, mostly your road bikes, your gravel bikes, and any other bike with drop handlebars. So the common causes of hand discomfort would be pressure points. Now, pressure points occur primarily at the shift lever and where it connects into your handlebar. So the bar that I'm holding right now is exactly how it should look. You've got your shift lever and it just kind of flows right into your handlebar. This is pretty much all flat. There's no like dip that goes in there, which can often happen if it's an older designed handlebar that has bad ergonomics and the shift lever is just not getting along with it very well. That's a very common thing. Or the bar could be perfectly fine, but the hood was never put on or was not assembled correctly from the get-go and it's in some weird position. So undo that bar tape, move that shift lever around, try to get it level. If you can't get that, then get a new handlebar. I will be leaving a lot of links in the description below, including the bars that I recommend, which I love. Full Speed Ahead, FSA. They make a great compact handlebar. They make different versions of it. They're pretty much all the same. They have a nice shallow outward bend here, so the hood doesn't go out too far. It also has a nice radius here that allows the hood to go nice and flat. And also as a bonus, the drops are kind of a nice gradual bend here that make it really comfortable putting your hand in different positions. So other brands will make a similar bar, Zip, Ritchie, Pro, on and on and on. Usually they market it as a compact handlebar. Personally, I've just been using FSA bars for a long time because they're easily accessible to me here where I'm located. The next thing would be a failed balance test. So I did make a video on balance and stability. That's worth checking out. And if your balance is off, that will put too much load on the handlebars. And in a nutshell, when you're pedaling under load and when you're down in your drops, your lowest position, you should be able to take your hands off the bars and go like this and not fall forward uncontrollably. You should have reasonable control here and not have to kind of arch your back or lift up. If you are kind of following forward and you can't do this test while you're pedaling under load, then you're putting too much weight on the handlebars and that's going to cause hand discomfort. The common things that would cause your center of balance to be off is if the saddle is too much angled down and kind of causing you to like fall forward, or if the saddle is too far forward. And that just kind of throws your body weight forward to the front of the bike. So typically by putting that saddle back a little bit, getting the saddle level will improve your balance test, hopefully get you to where you have a passed balance test. If you're having a hard time doing that with your current saddle, I did make another video on Selly SMP, my favorite saddle. A lot of models to choose from, and in that video I give my top 3. But the SMPs have a nice dip in the middle, very long rails, so the dip allows you to kind of lock in there, stay in that pocket, and also the long rails give you a ton of adjustability. So typically with these, you can get that balance really nice. Now, last thing would be back to the handlebars. Handlebars too low. So for that, just raise your bar. So wherever your bars are currently, just get them higher. A lot of ways to do that. You can just change the spacers on your steer tube or get a different stem with more rate of upward slope. Get your bars higher. So those are the common sort of positional things that can be causing the hand discomfort. Now I'm going to finish up here with additional stuff, other stuff that can cause issues for you. So let's say that you've gone through all of these first steps and you're still having problems. You can try electronic shifting. So electronic shifting is essentially like clicking a mouse on a computer. So if you think of just pushing that button on a mouse, that's about the same amount of effort it takes to do a shift with electronic shifting, rather than mechanical shifting where you're kind of really working that lever. So that can be really helpful, especially for folks that have arthritis, and also kind of keeps your hand a little bit more stationary, less moving around. So something to consider. Also, there is shock absorption. Now, that would be first and foremost your gloves and thicker bar tape. Now, one common error that I see is folks that have the hand discomfort and they go right for the gloves, they go right for the thicker bar tape without doing the other stuff, checking their center of balance, checking for pressure points. You got to get that stuff out of the way first, then go to the gloves and the bar tape. You also got tubeless tires. So if it's an option to you on your current bike or you're buying a future bike, tubeless tires are great. You can drop that pressure down lower. That will help with that shock absorption through the bike and also into your hands. The last one would be suspension. Now, if you're riding a road bike or a gravel bike, you can't really put a suspension fork on your bike or kind of make it into a mountain bike. However, there is one really cool company that I became aware of through word of mouth and customers coming in, and it's called Redshift. They're actually out of Philadelphia, and they make a really cool stem that has some movement to it. There's elastomers on the inside here, and they provide you with different ones to give you a different amount of give. So basically the front part of the stem will kind of like go up and down like suspension, and give your handlebars that shock absorption. This thing is really cool, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback on this, helping folks with that hand discomfort relating to shock absorption. One downside is that there's a limited amount of sizes for this. You can't get these in a lot of upward slope. They only have about a 6 or 7 degree of slope. So if you really need your bars higher, it might be a little tough with this. And also length of the stem. These only go down to, I believe, about an 80 millimeter stem. It might even be a 90. So if you're in that boat where you need a really short stem, like a 70 or 60, you won't be able to use this, but I think these are great. So that's the overview of hand discomfort. I hope you find this helpful. Leave comments below this video. Thanks for watching and enjoy every ride.